First of all, I believe the movie is a show. The Americans talk about entertainment, the movies. Yes, it's an entertainment. It's an entertaining. And it's entertaining to watch a movie. It must be entertaining to watch a movie. And I'm coming from the tradition of the Greek tragedy, as a Greek. And the Greek tragedies been written 25 centuries. We see them today, they're still entertaining. And they are still talking about these human being situations, about how people love each other, how people hate each other, how people kill each other sometimes. So that's my point of view on the movies. That's my idea of we make shows. We not make political speeches with a movie. We make a show, and the show can tell stories about human beings. And for me, it must tell stories. If not, it's nothing. It's just it's like a football game. 2 hours and then that's all. My thinking is that as coming up from Greece, which means the tradition of tragedies which have been written, acted and played 25 centuries ago. And what they were, these tragedies? They were talking about human beings, the way they were living, they were working, they were like, love or hate each other, and the reasons for what they used to do that. And it was an entertainment at the time, and still today it is an entertainment for the people who go to see them, and they go to see them all over the world, still, after so many years. So I think the cinema can do that, has to do that. But of course everybody is free to do what he wants. But for me it's important for the cinema to be part of that art and speak about our life, about human beings. The situation of Greece was in a very difficult situation, a very tough situation because of his politicians, the right and the left, for 20 years, and they get to an extraordinary amount of extraordinary big death. And then Europe, instead to try to find a solution, no, they didn't do it. And they punish not only Greeks, they punish the Greek people, the majority of the Greek people, the rich people, the people with money didn't care about that. It was not a problem for them. Brazil, which is one of the most rich, populous, but rich country in Latin America and probably the world. Since his dictatorship years ago, had a very bad politicians. It's changed a moment for a while, and now we turn back to the worst situation with a kind of president which is comical. We don't see where brings the country. And I don't see how that he will never change. He will go the situation worse and worse. And I think Brazil could be really the leader of Latin America because it's the strongest, the most intelligent, the most rich, and with all a huge population. Have been several times and I met people, extraordinary people like Europeans. Even better, we don't understand. We don't understand because you need something much better than that. Cinema Nuovo was an extraordinary period. We see all of them, or most of them. We have seen in Europe, and we met the directors, and it was an amazing period because it was a continuity from la Nouvelle Vague, which have nothing to do from Italian realism. And you have all those great directors and movies being around the world, being on the scene, having awards in the festivals in Cannes and other places, other festivals.
Merde, c'est pas lui. Je t'avais bien dit que c'était pas lui.
The movies are born, they grow up, and they disappear. Some movies, for some reason, which we don't know when we do them, they rust. When I started making movies, there was a completely different way of making movies, a different way of approach for the audience to see and to approach movies, and everything has changed. Has changed through the introduction of the television, of the advertising the movies, and completely a different editing, a different way of, and also because also the audience has changed. The audience understands much more quicker today the metaphors we're doing or the ellipses we're doing in a movie. The audience follow much easier than used to do those years. So it's a completely different way of telling stories with a movie.